Hi, I am Jo from Jo's Paradise of Colour. This is the yarn that I will be making in this video. I only had a little bit of the red and I had a little bit of the purple, which is right at the start of it where the black is, and then it turns into the plum, and then I added the white. So it's a yarn that will make something a little bit different pattern wise, but unique. So I hope you enjoy this video and learn something from it, and please give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not, and hit that black notification bell if you'd like to see more videos in the future. So I've got a whole bunch of leftover bits from other spins, and leftover pre-spun, leftover single yarns, and some of these thicker ones I'm going to brush out and redo to the same size weight as the other singles. Some are already plied up, so I'm going to unravel them and do the same, comb them out, and then others have a bit of auto wrap, which I'll probably just leave it on there. So these are mystery yarns. These are leftover, what to do with your leftover scraps, and your leftover bits of yarn that doesn't fit on your bobbin after plying. So anything left on the single bobbin gets balled up and put them in a little bag that you normally sit on the knob on your wheel. This one's a bit big and gets in the road, so I put it aside. Any leftover bits get balled up and put in there until it's full, and then you can make yourself a new yarn with all the leftover bits, and they look really cool when they're finished. So that's what I'm going to do today in this video. So have a look around in your room to see if you've got any leftover bits from previous spinning. Put them all into a little baggie, a spinner's pouch, and then once you've got enough, you can just put them back on your bobbin and felt each end together and continue to add it to your bobbin until you got none left, and then you choose what you would like to ply with it. I do have some silk as well, so I may like cut these in little bits and then add them willy-nilly throughout. But I've also got some cashmere silk as well. So this yarn is going to be interesting. Got some little tiny mohairy thing, and some other leftover singles. So this has got a lot of randomness. So it will be interesting what it turns out to be like. It could be ugly or it could be pretty. But these ones normally sell really fast. I don't know, people like the interesting looking yarns mostly. So yeah, already spun, but I've sort of unraveled it a little bit. I'm just going to break it in half and spin it back on there like it already is, but more even. So that will be that bit. I'm going to start with, I'll probably end up maybe breaking up some of this black because it's such a big ball, and then have it throughout so it matches. And then with these bigger bits, these are leftovers from some of the yarns that I've made, obviously. It's very over twisted, so you just run your hands down it like this to get rid of the over twist. Hi, welcome to part 2 on the mystery yarn. This is what it turned out like, the last bit of the bobbin. I started to run out of, I ran out of the black about halfway, so I started changing it to white for the filler. And I've decided to use a wool. It's a dark charcoal wool. I was a little, didn't know if I was going to add a black silk or a white silk with it. But with all the different colors in here that I can remember, which is like violet, pink, purple, blue, red, black and white with the plum, I thought a darker yarn plied with it will make all of those colors pop. The other one is I've got a single ply black mulberry silk. I don't know. Normally the mystery yarns are discount yarns because they're from all the leftovers. So I don't want to use an expensive plying thread with a discount yarn. So that's why I've gone with the cheaper option. So let's get into it. And voila, finished. This is the Scrappy yarn leftovers. Turned out really cool, but until I can skein it up, it'd be a mystery still what it's going to look like. But I like it. The mystery yarns are always fun and pretty popular. They normally sell pretty much as soon as I put it up. And yeah, so this is a pretty cool looking yarn already. It's about probably an Iran 8 to 10 ply, I reckon. Too bad I didn't have that much of the red. I only had it down the bottom, like down the end. And I didn't have a lot of the purple either, so that's why it's so pretty on the ending, and it was more white and purples on the inside. But this is so cool. If you enjoy the Scrappy yarns, I have another 680 grams of scrap fibre left, which I plan on making a lot more of these scrap yarns. They are budget yarns. I normally take about $10 off the original price. What I would normally sell a full skein of new fibre yarn. But anyway, I will skein these up tomorrow and I will share the skeined up yarn at the end of this video.